Hey guys, this is Fran and welcome to another drawing video. And for this video I will be drawing 3 guys. I already posted these drawings on Instagram and on my Redbubble shop, so if you're interested, check out the links down below. As for my Instagram, I have been updating there first just because it's easier to update right on the day that I draw something. I will probably be doing that from now on. Upload a drawing on Instagram first, and then if I made a video for the drawing, that will be posted later on that weekend for that week. So if you want to see any drawing of any upcoming video, it will probably be posted on Instagram first, so feel free to follow me there. I do tend to use that a lot. I like following people and just check out artists that I like. I like posting story updates on there as well, so please follow me there if you'd like. So these drawings that I've been making, they're kind of simple, and I did that on purpose for 2 reasons. One, because they're sort of in the same style that I developed or started. I don't know what I'm saying here. They're in like the same style of the ink portraits I did for Inktober, and I really liked what I did for Inktober. Even though I complained a lot about it, I really like what I learned, and this style of drawings that I'm doing for this video, I think it's a continuation of what I did on Inktober. So I like that it's very simple, and I love the subject matter. I plan on making these drawings into stickers and charms to put up for sale, like through an eventual store that I will run myself. But for now, they are on Redbubble for anyone interested. But yes, like these are gonna form part of a larger collection that I am planning. I want to make several more drawings in a very similar fashion, I would say, with the shapes in the back, with the main figure being in black and white and just ink looking line art. Obviously, as I go on, my style will change more. Right now I do feel sort of noobish making this, so I know that as I go on I will feel more comfortable with it and my style will change, and if it does for the better, I will go back and update the older drawings that I've done, and we'll just go from there. So yeah, that's it for that. I also wanted to talk about my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for following me. I know that I'm not really a consistent artist here on YouTube. I am trying my hardest to draw things that are worthy of making a video of. Hopefully keep you guys entertained. I kind of want to do more traditional stuff, but I need the room in my desk to be able to do them, because I want to start making bigger pieces. That is usually what I used to do back when I was all about drawing. I would draw on an 11 by 14 or 11 by 18. I don't remember the measurements, but it was an illustration board, and I loved making those big pieces, mainly because I was able to add more detail onto the finished work. So it's something that I'm thinking about doing. I also got watercolor paper that size, or at least around that size. It's Arches and Strathmore. I don't feel as confident for that though, so I will be making more videos of me practicing watercolor. Hopefully sooner than later I will have some really cool piece to show you guys. Just display what I've learned in watercolor, because my watercolor learning process has been really slow due to the fact that I changed my mind on what I want to do with watercolor. I see something very loose, very abstract, very watercolor like, and I want to do that, and then I see someone else work on something very tight, very well defined, and I want to do that. So it's kind of split myself in two when it comes to watercolor, and I spend so much time on one thing and then missing the other, and I go back and I never really end up defining either or of the styles that you can do with watercolor. So I don't know what I'm doing with that, honestly. I could do both. Why just limit myself to one? It just feels very vital for me to kind of pinpoint a style that I want to latch on to, and it's really hard because I see a lot of people doing different styles with watercolor, and watercolor is honestly something that I never practiced growing up. Now that I, for whatever reason, ran into watercolor, I want to do everything. And it's really hard to just say, no, this one's my style, because I don't have a watercolor style, and I'm trying really hard to just pinpoint it. So far what I've done with watercolor I really like, and I would consider my watercolor work less of a abstract style and more of a just, I don't know what you would call opposite of abstract, but yeah, I would consider it that. A little bit about what's going on screen right now. I was trying to give him darker shades by cross-hatching, and it did not work. I went back over and over trying to create darker values with cross-hatching. I'm not that great, as you can tell, so I kept going back and doing it over and over and over, because I don't usually cross-hatch when I do these things. I just use lines, and I wanted to get a darker value for certain parts of his face and body, and for a couple of times I thought that I had it, and then I would look at it again and I didn't like it. So that is why I kept going over and over to his face, because I really wanted to get darker shadows in his face, but I didn't know how to go along with that. So yeah, here's my other attempt. It's a very sad attempt, but I learned. So it's something I have to practice with more. But in the end, I got the results I wanted, and I enjoyed this piece. Actually, this is my favorite one out of the three. I think it's because I took everything I learned from the first two and applied it to this, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one so much. I will say this though, that inking in traditional ways and inking digitally is so different, because digitally you can go back to anything that you might have not liked and tweak it. Because of that, it will take longer to finish a piece. At least for me, it took me way longer. Normally during Inktober, the pieces I inked would take me around 20 to 30 minutes, and this took me an entire day. I'm not sure, probably like around 4 hours to do, because I would have the ability to go back and fix problems, and whereas with traditional I had to learn how to work with the problems that I made. That's the only thing that I kind of don't like about digital, because I tend to fixate on the problems that I make, and I tend to go back and fix everything, and by the end of the process I'm just hating the piece. But not with this one. I really liked him. I enjoyed drawing him. His face, at first I wasn't so convinced with the face, but he ended up looking really handsome. Yeah, so it is my favorite piece out of these three. Also, I downloaded the app Art Studio Pro for the iPad Pro, and I don't get it. I don't understand. So if anyone's watching this knows how to use Art Studio Pro, please show me how to use this, because I got it because it had a little bit more options when it comes to editing a finished photo or drawing. You know, you can add filter, you can adjust contrast, something that Procreate kind of lacks. So that's why I got Art Studio Pro, and I wanted to attempt to make a few drawings on that, and realize that it's nothing like iPad Pro when it comes to, Procreate, sorry. It's nothing like Procreate when it comes to the brush strokes. It doesn't feel real. The brushes are very simple, and there's really no variation in the brushes. I think I have to import my own brushes, which if I do, that's gonna be a problem, because I don't have any brushes. And I didn't know this going into the app, and it's not the app's fault, it's mine. I just thought, hey, the more apps the merrier. Maybe I can do something here that I can't on Procreate, so I'm gonna learn, which it is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to learn how to use that app, because I spent money on that app, and I'll be damned if I let that go to waste. So yeah, that's another thing I'm gonna attempt on doing, but for now, Procreate is where it's at. I love Procreate, and yeah. So these are the finished drawings. Look at them, they're so cute. They look great on phone cases, they look great on t-shirts, and they look great on hoodies. So yeah, that's my shameless plug. Go check out my Redbubble if you're interested in buying any of these, or follow me on there. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.